me.
But
Yeah.
hey. Yeah. So staying on the Sony topic, right? And games that didn't quite hit the budget mark or whatever. Days Gone. So, Days Gone was like a big title
It was
for
hyped pretty
them
good, no?
when they were putting it out. They had
Yeah.
all kinds of commercials and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They got known actors, playing these parts and
Yeah.
stuff. And
Bend Studio.
it did good, but it didn't do great. I guess not as great as they expected it to be. And so when Days Gone 2 was brought onto the table, like, hey, we're trying to make a second one, Sony was like, nah, pump your brakes. We're not going to do that. So, that kind of leads to what you were talking about with bangers, needing to be made. If Sony doesn't feel like they can make a large amount of money from this game, if it's not worth it, then they don't even want to spend their time with it.
What do you think about the comparison between like Sony's model and Microsoft's model? Like Microsoft seems to be going in the direction of like quantity. Netflix, we're throwing a crap ton of mediocre games at you every now and again. You get a good one,
Right?
Do you like that, or do you
And
want
they're
I just want
acquiring
bangers.
studios.
Give me fewer games, but they're all bangers. What is?
Yeah, because for me, for console, there needs to be something that's exclusive for the console. Otherwise, I'll play it on the PC. So Sony does a great job at making me want to have a PlayStation always.
Mm-hmm.
So quality is very important. I want to have an experience that's only on that particular area, making you feel good. Like I have a PlayStation 5 for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So Game Pass in general is a reason, but
That's
if we're just
what I'm saying. What's
if
the better reason?
if you're just looking at the titles itself, they're kind of like you're saying, So
Mediocre, right? Yeah.
they're mediocre. So for me though, because where I'm at in my life, I'm about to have a child. My time is shrinking and shrinking
I see.
every day.
I see,
So
yeah. You need a banger. We're gonna play.
so
it.
if
Gotta
I'm
be
gonna
banger,
play
yeah.
something, it has to be like
Mhm.
my best bang for my
Mhm.
buck for that time. So if
Mhm.
I have an hour, I better spend my hour playing like the coolest, the best
Mhm.
thing. So
Yeah, it kind of switched because I feel you on that. It's
Mhm.
like it's almost like when you in college or whatever, you solo, you're bachelor, you got all this time to play video games, do whatever you want, so you able to try any and everything. So
Yeah.
Game Pass worked perfect for you, you know what I mean? Because you can play all kinds of stuff. But when you start having kids and everything, your time gets limited on how like what you can do with games. So it's like, before all of this, free games left and right. We were having to buy all of our games. So it's like, okay, shit, 6 games is coming out this year. I know I'm probably only going to be able to play about 2 or 3 of them. So I got to really pick and choose which one I'm going to buy because I'm going to be on that bitch for a while. So, it's just like, all right, I'm going to wait on this one. I'm going to get that one. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I was, with like Days Gone. It's like, okay, I got to wait on Days Gone because I'm going to get Horizon or something like that. And I'm going to be playing that one for a while or whatever. Or, this other game is coming out, so I'm going to play that one. But I don't know.
Yeah.
So you guys feel like, did you say that you feel like quality is better than quantity?
So for me, like you hit it on the head. Like, for example, I used to love playing MMOs. I could get lost in those for thousands of hours. Thousands.
Right.
I don't have that luxury anymore. So I don't even look at MMOs. I don't even try to be interested in them the best I can.
Because
Because
they'll suck you in because you got to
Yeah.
dedicate so much time to
yeah,
it.
because you need to play for hours and hours to get that fulfillment. Now I can play a game maybe for an hour that's a banger, and I'll feel that satisfaction. I'm like, hey, I'm good. I got my fix. I'm
Yep.
like, so
Kind of like
I feel the same
Outriders.
way,
a
bro.
little
It's
bit.
Yeah.
crazy. Like I'll be like, gosh, I just want to play something good, and I'll just hop on Outriders. And after just an hour or hour and a half, like I felt satisfied and
Yeah.
feel like, okay, I can stop playing and I can get whatever I need to get done now for the rest of the day. Like it doesn't take much if it's a good game.
yeah,
If
for
it's
sure.
not a very good game, you keep hunting, you keep searching
Yeah.
and trying to get that bit of satisfaction from it.
Yeah, I was definitely getting that with Demon Souls, you know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, if I can get through one little zone, you know what I mean, then I'm cool.
Feel
I'll
satisfied.
last, you
I
know
can
what
stop
mean?
away.
'Cause
Yeah, exactly.
it's a struggle to get through that zone,
Yeah.
but if I can get through that zone, you know what I mean, it's cool. I could play phone games or whatever.
Yeah.
Meantime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, I think it's like really on like a thin line, right? Because like when you have like if we're just comparing it, like if we're taking Xbox and Sony and we're taking Game Pass and just you have to put Sony with everything they offer in general, right? Because they don't have a Game Pass.
Quality versus like,
yeah, so you're thinking of quantity versus quality, but over here, the quantity there are some quality in there.
Yeah,
it's just they're few and far between.
Quality, but and it's few and far between.
Yeah, I mean, Outriders is there, right? You love Outriders, so the quality is there.
Yeah.
And they've also got a bunch of other shit. So you got to dig through the 99-cent pile to get to something, a gem that's in there. You know what I mean? So,
but their quality is on everyone else. That's the only thing. They don't have any exclusive quality.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, they don't. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
I mean, Bethesda would be their high key quality
it's still
items.
Not even them. It's Bethesda. But
right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's them. They own that shit, though. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, but when I look at it, like when I see, okay, all of the things that's offered on Game Pass, right, and then I see the couple of things that's offered on PlayStation, I be looking at PlayStation a little bit more because I'm like, okay, damn, you know. They don't got no service or whatever that they're offering. It's just that they're giving me these games, and these couple of games that I'm able to get my hands on, but I have them. They're mine now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like these other games over here in Game Pass, I'm able to play them. I'm like borrowing them, you know? Yeah. So it's like I have them for a short period of time or however long Xbox wants to give them to me for. But the moment they take it, then I've got to pay for it again. Yeah, with PlayStation, I have them.
Game Pass has done a great job, though. Nothing is gone immediately. They always give you like
they
4
give
to
you a
5
heads
months
up.
At least 4 to 5 months to play the game.
Right.
So like I've never had an issue where I felt like I didn't have enough time to finish something, except for these rare ones like Outriders. I'd be really mad if this all of a sudden went away.
But I think this will stay as long as like Destiny will stay. Like Destiny will probably be on there for a while.
I hope so, but it doesn't end the contract like they did with GTA 5 back in the day. Yeah. But I will say, Sony said no to Bend Studio for Days Gone 2.
Right.
But they did allow Bend Studio to make a whole new game.
Oh, okay.
Because they were thinking about dispersing them into other studios to work on other things.
So they said we're not going to break you up. You guys can just work on a new project, but we don't want Days Gone 2.
So it was close to that Schmigiggins though studio where they're about to be like spread out,
dismantled.
Move the resources around.
Yeah,
because Days Gone 2 is not good enough, even though it was profitable. Days Gone was profitable; it made money. It just didn't make a ton of money, and so it
didn't hit
meet
their criteria.
standard,
I guess
to be one of those, legacy games that they want. They want constant. It's crazy how many legacy games they pumped out, though. Like Horizon's going to be a legacy game. God of War, Last of Us,
Uncharted.
Yeah, I feel like Sony right now is like HBO in the 90s and 2000s. They killed so many shows that I loved. But my mom used to work there, so she would tell me some info. But if it was a banger, but not a lot of people watched it, they would scrap it. It didn't matter how much of a masterpiece it was.
Yeah.
I used to hate that all the time, man. Plenty of shows that you just really love, and you're like, damn, how does this not get greenlit for another season?
Yeah, dude. Masterpieces, and then they're just like, but anyways, I feel like Sony's kind of getting in that territory. Like, unless this is like a banger, then, let's not waste time for number 2. Like, we need the number 1 has to be like a masterpiece, or we'll just keep trying to make new masterpieces,
And Sony said like they're done trying to make games that are only popular in Japan. So things like Gravity Rush. I think Gravity Rush came out of Japan Studio. Another one, which those are very well acclaimed games. We've all heard of Gravity Rush. I don't know if anyone of us here has played it.
I haven't played it.
But it was very popular in Japan. But Sony says like we're done spending resources on things that are only. So that's kind of good news for us. But at the same time, it probably means less games, right?
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
From them. So they're being very conservative, right?
Yeah.
They're very.
But I like that, man, because they're trying to keep They have this vision, and I like it. Xbox is just trying to throw all these things and see what sticks. So I like how there's two completely different things, and I like it. Because I don't think everyone should be doing the same thing. So
I agree so much with you though on the whole notion of I just need like a quick fix.
Yeah.
So it needs to be good. Or like you said, if I can just get through one level, I feel very satisfied. It was so much fun. It was so good.
Yeah.
That I feel satisfied. Like that is so we're different. But like you were saying, if we're just comparing just the notion of quality versus quantity, it's really a fine line.
Yeah.
It really
because
is.
it's like
Sure.
honestly, you could have access to like all those games, but what are you really gonna play?
Yeah.
Like I've got Game Pass,
That's where-
but I'm
yeah.
not playing
Right.
all the other shit. I'm
Right.
playing Outriders, or I'm playing,
Destiny or
you know, something else. You know, you're playing like Final Fantasy 15 or whatever. You know, you're playing like the bigger titles that are on there. I mean, every now and then you do get across some games like Moonlighter or something like that. That was like low key, that you know you really enjoy.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like you don't end up playing those. You end up playing the other big ones. You know, Destiny and stuff like that. So
for me, it's like, even though like, let's say Game Pass is the equivalent of like 3 games a year, and like, let's say Game Pass didn't exist, that's probably about what we would buy a year, 3 to 4 games a year as working adults with families, right? I'm okay though. I just really like the subscription based service in general. I just really like that model. Like, yes, it may be like you're saying, I may only play Outriders and maybe, you know, Final Fantasy, like 3 or 4 main games I played this year on Game Pass. It's fine. I don't really care, because I just like the notion that whenever I want to play a game, I can hop on the couch and I can look through the library, just like Netflix.
and try a new one out.
Yeah, just, you know what? I just want to see if I can find something good right now. You just hop on Netflix and you're just browsing. Like, I like that model. I like feeling like I have choices and options and all these things to pick from. So, like, I just really like that model. I want to see Sony move away from this whole quality thing in a sense and move to this more open model, because I just really like it a lot.
I think, you know, subscription services is the future. Like we were just talking about HBO, I brought up. They have a subscription service, you know what I mean? Now, back in the day, they only did it through cable. So I think it is the way of the future. It's guaranteed paycheck every month, you know what I mean? That's way more certain than trying to make a recipe. So
because you don't even need to make sure it's a banger in that sense, right?
No.
You can produce a bad game, it doesn't matter. They have so many games to choose from, subscribers are going to stick to it. That's a great point. You can mess up. You know, like Microsoft has done. They messed up with Infinity. They messed up, but it doesn't matter because people are still subscribing, because you find a good one here and there, and it's enough.
Yeah, they have plenty of the games that have been known to attract people, you know? And then they got these other games, you know?